I'm Dave from BoynaBand.com. Today, we'll take a look at Prism, a synth that uses Reaktor 5 as a host for a really interesting sound generation system. Features and versatility. One thing that's unusual about Prism, you'll see there's no oscillator in sight. Instead, we're presented with the exciter here. This produces an impulse signal, which is then run into the modal bank down here, a group of resonating filters, which make the tone. There's also a bit of noise that can go into it as well to give it more of a breathy timbre. And this is called modal synthesis, and is uncanny at replicating real instruments, particularly metallic sounds or wooden sounds. Check it out. I've got this kind of metallic bowl here. And by changing the number of partials with this max P value up here, we can make the sound more or less tonally interesting. And this bend value down here is what makes it metallic. So if we take the mixer off, bend up, starts to sound more like a string of some weird exotic Japanese instrument. Pretty frickin' sweet. However, this is pretty much the extent of the types of sounds. Since it doesn't use conventional oscillators, you'll struggle to make huge synthy leads. The stuff from Prism tends to be a lot more natural sounding. Usability. Now, because it's so unusual, it's not that intuitive to use, even for someone quite experienced making synth sounds. However, it is a lot of fun to use, partly because the sounds are so unconventional, but also partly because the visual aspect makes this synth a lot more playful. You can watch your partials dancing all over the place as you change that bend ratio in the modal bank, which at least for me kept me interested enough to learn more about the way it actually works. There's a load of different parameters that you might not have come across before, such as these modal bank ratios, the impulse in the exciter, which is essentially just the volume of the input, the comb filters in the modal bank down here, which isn't that clearly named actually, so you don't quite know at first what you're doing, though if you hover over things it does give a helpful description of them in the sidebar's info panel. Which makes for massive detail, but it does mean this synth has a steep learning curve. Quality. Now, if I play through a few of the presets, you'll hear that for metallic sounds and rich ambient pads, this is fantastic. The effects make the quality great, down here, without having to pile on your own VSTs, and as mentioned, the detail available means you can really refine your sounds. So as you can hear, for the sounds it excels at, it's a great synth. It looks nice, and it sounds nice, which is nice. Overall, I can see this synth being useful for a few types of producers. Producers looking for some more unusual sounds to make their productions stand out, ambient, trip-hop and deep dubstep producers. Sound designers, since the feedback effects on this, combined with the metallic nature, can create some worryingly realistic sounding giant robot monster screams. I cannot think of any other way to describe it. So, if that sounds like you, I'd give it a look. It's nice to see some developers straying from the conventional paths of oscillator-based synthesis. Modal synthesis definitely has a distinct sound to it, and it's worth exploring if you want something a little more natural or unconventional in your productions. If you found this video useful, like it and subscribe to keep up to date with the latest Boyna Band videos. You can follow me on Twitter @DavePBrown, and if you want to improve your production skills, head over to the Boyna Band forum at boynaband.com/forum and sign up so you can share your songs to get new fans and valuable advice on how to improve your productions. Links for that in the description. Cheers for watching and have a nice day!